Hello.
Good evening once again, good night, good afternoon, wherever, depending on the time, wherever you are. I know we are in different time zones. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today to launch, to be part of the launch of the Shara Foundation. We're very grateful to have so many of you on here tonight. Special shout out and congratulations to founder of the Shara Foundation, Miss Salisha Alad Blesdell. Thank you so much for putting this together and for bringing everybody together here this evening, tonight, this afternoon, depending on the time zone again. For this really special occasion. So thank you to every one of you for being here. And I know that we have some representation from different groups, from different places. We have persons representing straight from Grenada. I know we have Grenada's appointed Minister of Youth and Sports with us. We have distinguished education consultants with us. We have faculty members from St. George's University, as well as from the T.A. Maricho Community College in Grenada. We have principal, teachers, we have students, we have directors, managers of the Bel Air Home and also the Elizabeth Home for Children. We have professionals across various fields and sectors, as well as media outlets and media representatives here with us. We also have, members of the community, engaged members of the community with us tonight. We have family and friends who are here to support and to celebrate the launch of the Shara Foundation. So I just want to say welcome to all of you here tonight, and thank you for being here with us. Now we're going to get the ball rolling tonight, and to get started, I want to invite Miss Shara Blesdell, the matriarch, and is she here with us tonight? I know she's there. Right.
I am there.
Okay, wonderful. So I want to invite Miss Shara Blesdell and the sponsoring family to speak to us as we get started.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I am honored to be part of the launch of the Shara Foundation. Our daughter, Salisha Allard Blaisdell, has quoted me as saying, "Every child deserves love and an opportunity to shine." I truly believe that. Our children are our most precious resource, and for them to know that they are loved is crucial in how they feel about themselves and what they can accomplish. It allows them to dream and paves the path for them to become what they dream they can become. It gives them confidence. And when given the opportunity to grow and learn, they can become some pretty amazing people. We first met Celicia. I actually didn't meet her. Actually, we were introduced to Celicia when she was only 15 years old and living in Grenada. We got to know her through our daughter and her husband, who were attending medical school there. And for the next 4 or 5 years, communicated with her on the phone. We had never met her, but we had learned to love her and to know a lot about her just from our children and from talking to her. And we felt her love for us as well. We decided that when she graduated from high school, if she wanted to go to college, that we would sponsor her anonymously so that she could attend college somewhere. And we sent her to BYU, Hawaii, where our children had gone to school. And so when she graduated, she was off to Hawaii. She did an amazing job there. She worked so hard and she accomplished so much in those 4 years that she was there. And considering her background, she far exceeded the expectations that we ever would have for her. In December of 2010, our daughter asked us if Celicia could come home with them for Christmas, and we said, of course, she could.
I think
She truly wanted for Christmas was to know who had sponsored her through her 4 years of college there. And we finally told her that it was Carrie's parents, which was us. And she was so happy and so grateful. One of the fun things that I remember about meeting her and having her in our home was she was constantly touching my hair. And I couldn't understand why. I go, why are you always touching my hair? And she just said, because it's so soft, it's smooth. And I still laugh when I think about that. That it was very cute that she was amazed at how soft other people's hair was. She also loved the foods that we cooked for Christmas during the holidays and wanted to have the recipes so that she could make those things someday. Well, she went back to Hawaii after that visit, and we knew that she would be graduating soon. And we'd have to go back to Grenada. And we had fallen in love with this amazing little girl. And he asked, and my husband and I decided or discussed adopting her, even though she was now an adult at 21. So in April of that year, we flew her back here and we went to the court and legally adopted her, made her our fifth. And she was so happy. And our children were also happy to have her with us. Celicia is proof that being loved and given an opportunity to shine is what all children want and need. We love you, Celicia. We are so proud of you and your amazing accomplishments. And you will do many more great things as your dreams to love and bless the children of your homeland in Grenada.
wow, amazing.
Kimron, would you like me to take it from there? I'm Celicia's dad.
Yes, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
His mom did a really good job of summarizing everything. I would just add that since we made her part of our family, she has completed her bachelor's degree, 2 master's degrees, and a PhD, and has excelled in each program that she's been a part of. She is a driven and determined Grenadian woman with a passion to help those in her homeland who need a special hand up and a passion to help anyone that she encounters. She has this infectious enthusiasm, and I believe that enthusiasm is going to infect others maybe infecting is not the right term to use in a post-pandemic world, but is going to impact others in Grenada and here in the US. We are very proud of her and proud of the Shara Foundation. That's it for me.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Just amazing. Thank you so much. I think is there anyone else with you from the sponsoring family that wants to say something? I know Kerry, is she there?
I'm here.
Oh,
Hi. Not in the same home.
okay.
Hi. So just a couple things I'd like to add about Celicia. You know, when we first met her, she was 15. My husband and I had just moved to the island of Grenada. And one of the first things that I remember about her was her absolute love and care for children. And we were part of the same church group. And we had a 1-year-old there with us also. And it didn't matter, you know, whether it was our child that she had never met or the other children at church, she was always taking care of the children and so genuine about it. She really had a love and care for taking care of anyone who would need her help. And that I feel like has not changed. Like our parents said, you know, one of the things that really is amazing to all of us is her drive and her ambition to do so much good. She was still in high school when my husband and I met her, and we were, you know, trying to think as we were preparing to leave the island, as my husband was finishing his schooling there, we were trying to think of, you know, ways that we could keep her in our life. And we mentioned her this idea of attending Brigham Young University in Hawaii, where we had been at school for our undergraduate work. And so we contacted a couple of my professors, Keith and Carol Peterson, who were just fabulous people. And they sent some work for her to help prepare her for schooling there. And she was such a hard worker always. And that obviously hasn't changed. She just goes after what she wants and gets it. And the one thing she reminded me of also is that when she asked how she could repay, you know, all of these things that she's been given, is that she was told, just go and do the same for others. And I feel like this launching of this foundation that she's worked so hard is an answer to that directive.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. I mean, you've said some wonderful words about Celicia, so I think it's only fitting that now we hear from Celicia herself. So I want to invite the founder of the Shara Foundation, Celicia Allard Blaisdell, to speak to us.
Thank you. Senator, the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, appointed Minister for Youth and Sports, Grenada. Dr. Cheryl Barnaby Bishop, lead facilitator at the University of the West Indies Open Campus, administrator and owner of Beacon Learning Center. Dr. Wendy Crawford, lecturer at St. George's University and chair of Grenada's 50th Independence Committee. Specially invited guests from Grenada, specially invited guests from the United States, the entire Shara Foundation team, friends, family, all, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us today. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Celicia, the third daughter of Lenora Catherine Allard. I am Celicia, the 9-year-old girl forced to say goodbye to what remained of her mother after cancer had taken its toll. I am Celicia, the heartbroken little girl who was a resident of the Sapodilla home, a refuge for abused, neglected, or orphaned children in Grenada. I am Celicia, the little girl who, denied by poverty, the opportunity to attend her mother's funeral, then suffering years of night terrors and a deep longing for a mother's touch. I am Celicia, the impoverished little girl who struggled academically, repeating 3 grade levels due to an inability to read or write. I am Celicia, raised by author Anthony Thomas, better known as Mr. Sunny, in the old blue house near the Shell's gas station in Grand Mall. I am Celicia, the little girl whose educational path was forever changed when she was 12 years old because Miss Joan Hercules taught her how to read, sing, and pray. I am Celicia, the 12-and-a-half-year-old girl in 4th grade whom Mr. Wade Phillip and teacher Ann Gale advocated for, persuading the principal to advance me to the 6th grade, giving me the first and last chance to take the common entry, an exam that is part of the admissions process for secondary school. I am Celicia, a 13-and-a-half-year-old girl in 6th grade who received free weekend remedial lessons from Miss Scott. I am Celicia, the girl who, despite a slow academic start, passed her common entrance and graduated as the valedictorian of the Bolio First School. I am Celicia, the visibly unkept yet proud student, national debate representative, and prefect of the Boca Secondary School. I am Celicia, the little girl who watched the 74-year-old Mr. Sunny suffered from a stroke, his last words being my name. I am Celicia, the orphan whom Carrie introduced to her parents. I am Celicia, the Grenadian orphan sponsored by Ken and Shara Blaisdell to attend college in the United States after graduating from the Boca Secondary School. I am Celicia, 5th child Shara Blaisdell always dreamed of having, and the only adopted child of Shara. I am Dr. Celicia, first woman of color to ever defend a PhD at Northwest University. Dr. Celicia, a positive youth development researcher who successfully designed and conducted an international study involving 150 youth from Grenada living within disadvantaged communities. I am Dr. Celicia, an individual recognized by the US government for having exceptional ability and expertise vital for the development and implementation of a mentorship program that serves the national interest of the United States. I am Dr. Celicia, a professional recognized by the US government as an individual with extraordinary ability in the field of business. This distinction places me among the small percentage of experts who have risen to the very pinnacle of the industry. I am Dr. Celicia, a global thought leader, mastermind initiative co-facilitator, and qualified reviewer for the International Leadership Association. I am Dr. Celicia, a dedicated education mentor, guiding individuals from different countries, backgrounds, and abilities to successfully pursue their academic and career endeavors. I am Dr. Celicia, a professional with over a decade of experience advancing public institutions, nonprofit organizations, businesses, and individuals through mentorship, grant writing, strategic partnerships, and leadership development. I am Dr. Celicia, strengthened, inspired, and empowered by a strong support system of mentors, colleagues, friends, and both adopted and biological family members who provide exemplary love and unmatched support in every aspect of my life. I am Dr. Celicia, the mother of Kaylin Ray, the namesake of Friends of Ray. I am Dr. Celicia Allard Blaisdell, the founder and executive director of Shara Foundation. Today, I address you as Dr. Celicia Allard Blaisdell, a living testament to the transformative powers of opportunities and strong support system. Through this journey, I have learned that significant obstacles can be overcome with determination and the right resources. I extend my deepest gratitude to everyone who has played a pivotal role in my journey. To our founding donors, the entire Shara Foundation team and I are exceedingly grateful for your contributions. Now let us take a moment for a virtual trip to Grenada to hear what some Grenadians have to say.
Hello everyone, my name is Melisha Sharp and I am a teacher at the St. Joseph Catholic School, Pomerol, St. David's. On the behalf of the students, hello everyone, my name is Melisha Sharp and I am a teacher at the St. Joseph Catholic School, Pomerol, St. David's. Hello everyone, my name is Melisha Sharp and I am a teacher at the St. Joseph Catholic School, Pomerol, St. David's. On the behalf of the students, communities, and by extension Grenada, we would like to thank you all for your tremendous support towards the Shara Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you for your support. Thank you for helping Grenada.
Hello. Thank you for supporting Grenada.
Thank you for helping Grenada. Thank you for helping Grenada.
Hello, I would like to thank you for your donation to Shara Foundation.
Thank you for your donation to Shara Foundation.
If we take time and I write down all the things that I love on my island, best believe my list gon' be like 5 miles long. Best believe it's love that makes me sing this song. The cleanest breeze I know.
To everyone present, your investment in the youth of Grenada will create a rippling effect, fostering opportunity and transformation across communities and beyond. I am pleased to turn the time over to Mrs. Marian F. McKnight, the founding donor who funded the development of the official Shara Foundation website.
Hello, excuse me. Hello there. Thank you for allowing me to share some of my thoughts about this wonderful occasion about this wonderful person who is responsible for it. I first met Celicia in 2018 when she came to my office with a question. I was at that time, I was the Associate Dean over the Departments of History, Anthropology, and Political Science. And Celicia was working for the Chief Diversity Officer and Cabinet member who, when he heard that she was interested in teaching, he urged her to come to my office and see if we had any openings in teaching a class in public administration, which was housed in the political science department, and of course, which we had just recently developed in a partnership with the University of Utah as a pathway there. Well, I was instantly struck by Celicia, and I will never forget several things about her that first meeting. First of all, her smile, which you all know can fill a room. And I was sort of mesmerized as I watched her talk, and she's so articulate. But I also couldn't help but notice the warmth and the light that emanated from her countenance. So I was really struck by her. And she told me her story. And I said, well, I definitely would love to get you in the classroom, because I imagined how fortunate our students would be to learn from her. I was also interested in having her teach in our newly developed prison education program, because I believed that she had something that could really help people who came from so many different backgrounds, and many of them disadvantaged. So we laid plans, but the curriculum development was not done in time because Celicia decided to go get a PhD. And I couldn't help but be thrilled for her, but I was pretty sorry for us. So I said, please come back. And she said she would try to, and she did, and here we are. I'd also like to mention my dear and talented sister, Mary Kirsten, who's also in this meeting, who partnered with me in supporting Celicia's dreams to get to this point. She, as I was deeply touched by Celicia's story and her determination to help children who are where she has been. In closing, I'd just like to mention a question that I was asked by my graduate advisor during the defense of my research many years ago. He asked me, according to my research, what proved to be the most determinative in the series of very important events that I'd been studying. What role, he asked, did individual agency play as opposed to structures, processes, and immaterial forces that came into play? And I didn't have to ponder that question at all. I knew the answer immediately. It was a handful of individuals who, against all odds, made something great happen. And so long ago, I found out that one person can make all the difference in the history of many, many peoples. And it depends on will and heart and vision. And I believe Celicia is one such person. And I am so grateful for her. She's a very close friend, but I often think of her more like family. I love her dearly, and I respect her as much as I love her, and that says a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Just wonderful words about Celicia. I mean, you're amazing. And as we continue, I want to invite a special guest. I want to invite Senator the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, current Minister of Youth and Sports in Grenada, to speak to us on Grenada's youth. So Senator the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, Minister of Youth and Sports in Grenada.
Good evening to everyone. My sincere apologies. I was just trying to ensure that Bonnie and Clyde get to bed very early and that they don't give me any trouble while I am on the call. I want to congratulate Celicia. We actually went to the same secondary school together. I do remember her, and we had to get into a lot of historical semantics in order for us to remember each other. All right, I'm coming just now. In order for us to be able to remember each other when we were at secondary school, but she remembers quite clearly and vividly us being in school together around the same time. Nevertheless, she has grown into a wonderful academician as well as professional, and I am grateful to be part of this cadre of professionals that have come together to ensure that there is some degree of sustainable youth development and youth empowerment taking place in Grenada. any venture that speaks to the development of youth and the empowerment of youth, I'd like to be a part of it, because I believe from a sustainable perspective, if youth is going to be at the center of sustainable development and sustainable empowerment, they must also be at the center of recovery. And I stand by that, and I believe it. I also believe that if we are going to ensure that we have a holistic future, we need holistic young people. And as a result of that, government cannot be the only persons that are outfitting youth for their development. We need a multi-sectoral approach, and I like the approach that this organization is taking. It is a multi-sectoral approach. I'm just going to speak briefly about our policy and programmatic agenda at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Go upstairs, please. I'm coming just now. Bye-bye. I just want to speak to our policy and our programmatic agenda at the Ministry of Youth and Sports just briefly. Upon taking office in January of 2024, we had to ensure that we set the kind of policy agenda that is sustainable. That is a watchword right now across numerous multilateral organizations whose mandates span some degree of youth development and youth empowerment. And as a result of that, the sustainability component of it is to ensure that today or tomorrow, the generation that comes behind us, that they have the kind and type of platform that we would like them to immerse or erect themselves upon. And so from a policy perspective, we are developing a number of policies that will speak to the sustainability of youth. So we do have a national sports policy. We are currently developing the national youth policy. We have sought the technical expertise for that. I don't believe that you can have a sports policy and not have a youth policy, because for me, the youth policy must dovetail into the sports policy. And from a policy perspective, that's how I felt. So the team currently is engaged in that expert consultation. And thereafter, we are going to take the consultations nationally, so because we want to hear what young people feel about a policy that's being developed that's going to affect them today or tomorrow, and also have them take a deep dive into the context of the policy and allow them to be part of framing that contextual framework of the policy that will in turn benefit them today or tomorrow. I'm excited about it. I've worked with young people for a number of years, so it's my niche. So national youth policy, national sports policy. We're also looking at a national policy that speaks to our elite athletes or our professional athletes who represent Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique on the international front, especially our Olympians. We do need that so that when their tenure in the Olympic track is over, they can return to Grenada and be immersed in that program and assist us in building the grassroots programs of the specific athletic craft that they have been involved in on the professional front. Yes, we are doing a number of things sports-wise, revitalizing some of the sporting associations and federations that have gone dormant for a number of years, because we do know youth involved in sporting activities is very important for a number of things, developing team leadership skills, ensuring that their leadership skills and repertoire that is sharpened, that they are able to be social human beings, that when they go out into the world, they are marketable and they are on the cutting edge. The ministry has a strategic focus, and the ministry's strategic focus 2024 to 2027 is the years of global youth leadership and succession planning. I believe in setting strategy, because for me, everything flows better when you have a structure. And when you're working with a particular strategic focus, your programmatic agenda as well as your policy flows better. And as a result, that means a lot of things for us. We are producing a number of sportsmen and women and other students in various academic areas, and they are representing our country out there in various universities, various clubs, etc. And we want to ensure that we don't only produce our children or our students for local use or consumption, but also for regional and the international market, so that they can be able to function as holistic human beings across the globe. And the succession planning is both internally as well as externally. We must plan. One of the weaknesses of small island developing states, especially across the public sector and or or other organizations, be it private or NGO organizations, is that we really do not have that kind of technical infrastructure, managerial infrastructure for us to really be sustainable in the regards of succession planning. You don't really find small island developing states, their sectors having strong succession planning components to them. And as a result of that, I feel very strongly that today or tomorrow I am out of the political arena. The next youth minister that is coming should be able to platform on some serious policies that are flexible, that speaks to 2030, that speaks to 2035, that he or she can pick up and they can run with it because the policies have a very strong sustainable component. So from a youth and sporting perspective, in Grenada, you have the revitalization of a number of sporting activities, especially at the primary level, at the secondary level, and even at the club level, federations and or associations. We have two other programs, and they are in the names of our National Youth Ambassador programs, as well as our national our National Youth Ambassador program, and the other programs speak to youth development as it relates to youth having that opportunity. Our National Youth Biz program, entrepreneurial youth. So the ministry has a number of programs that are gender specific, as well as a number of programs that are that span both sexes. Yes, a number of programs that are gender specific, and even those that span both sexes. However, one of my pet peeves, and I'm going to close here, one of my pet peeves is even though the ministry has programs that can meet the youth that is coming out of university, coming out of community college, coming out of high school, and can meet the youth at the primary level as it relates to sporting, etc. My heart and my concern is the young man that dropped out in Form 4 and felt as though life dealt him a very bad deal or bad hand and can't find his way, developed a skill over the past 7 years, but still feel as though there is more on the inside of him that is waiting to be explored. And the young woman who got pregnant in Form 2, raised a child when she was a child herself, wasn't able to find a job because her academic life did not come to a place of completion. And as a result, she feels as though life has also dealt her a bad hand. And you have a number of youth in Grenada who are in that particular bracket. And those are the underserved youth that my heart really reaches out for and that I want to be able to serve. So I shared with my team that we must develop a strategy to be able to reach underserved youth. Our programs are meeting youth here, at the top, at the middle. But I want us to be able, I believe our success as a ministry is not only going to speak to the youth that are at the top, at the middle, but even those who find themselves at the bottom of the ladder and they feel as though that they are straddling and that they are weak and that they really need the kind and type of assistance from persons who really care about the development of youth to really lift them up. So we have sought the technical assistance of a youth organization in the region to assist us in developing a strategy to be able to reach underserved youth, because we want to go about doing so in a very surgical way, a very pragmatic way as well. So I am optimistic about the youth and sporting sector and youth and sport ministry as it relates to our strategic direction. I'm looking forward to great things there. Thank you very much for allowing me to be part of this great organization and the work that we are going to get done during the tenure of the organization. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Senator Lacrette, and thank you for your commitment to the youth and the young people of Grenada, like you said, across all strata, whether it be the one who dropped out of school, the young lady that got pregnant, and just thank you for your holistic focus on youth development. And I know that the Shara Foundation will be a key partner for you as we work towards developing the youth and the young people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. At this point, I want to invite the executive leadership team to introduce themselves, starting with Raquel Forbes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Raquel Forbes, and I'm thrilled to be here tonight. A little about me is that I attended the St. Louis RC Girls School, commonly known on the island as Mother Rose, and later I attended Anglican High School. I migrated to the US in 2004 and went back to school to pursue my passion for social work. I attained my master's degree at Stony Brook University, and today I currently work as a licensed mastered social worker at New York Presbyterian Columbia Hospital in the Care Coordination Department. And I also work part-time as a behavioral health counselor with migrant families in New York City. As a proud Grenadian, I am passionate about giving back to my country. And that's why I accepted Dr. Salicia's invitation to be part of Shara's Foundation initiative. And if you know Salicia, you know you can't say no. As a Chief Operating Officer, I am dedicated to helping the vibrant youth of Grenada achieve their dreams. I understand the importance of guidance, support, and resources in the lives of children, and I want to ensure that every child has access to these essential elements. As a licensed mastered social worker and a behavioral health counselor, I have firsthand experience in the impact of social determinants of health on people's quality of life. Therefore, I will be assessing the children's access to quality healthcare, safety in their environment, and support systems at home and in the community. I will also be looking at their economic stability, including transportation, food, school supplies, and access to technology. But by providing children with these basic needs, we can put them on a level playing field and give them the opportunity to succeed. I am committed to implementing strategies that will help us meet our objectives, and I am confident that together we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of Grenada's youth. I want to express my gratitude to our sponsors for their support and investment in our initiative. Your contribution is invaluable, and I look forward to working with you on this journey. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Raquel. Kerry Mudu.
Hello. Are you hearing me?
Yes, go right ahead.
Great. A pleasant good night to everyone. It is a pleasure to be in the company of you all for such a momentous occasion. I am Kerry Mudu from Grenada, a tropical, tiny island in the Caribbean sun. I was born, raised, and currently reside here in Grenada. I come from a huge family with a religious background and great community spirit. I graduated from Boca Secondary together with Salicia. I went on to complete my associate's degree at the T.A. Marisho Community College and later completed my bachelor's in business management at the St. George's University. I am incredibly honored to be a part of Shara Foundation. I am extremely proud of Dr. Allard Blesdale and all that she has achieved thus far and everything that's to come. I like to consider myself a seasoned financial professional with over 14 years of experience in the banking sector. Combining my robust background in finance with my passion for social impact, I believe I bring a unique perspective to the role as Chief Financial Officer at Shara Foundation, dedicated to empowering lives and alleviating poverty. With an extensive banking career, I have honed my skills in financial management, risk assessment, and strategic planning. My expertise in navigating complex financial landscape equips me with the foresight and acumen necessary to drive fiscal responsibility, sustainability within the nonprofit sector. At Shara Foundation, I am poised to optimize financial resources, donor contributions, and I believe that is especially important, and ensure transparency and accountability in financial operations. A background in finance is an invaluable component for a CFO in any organization, but particularly so in the nonprofit sector, where financial stewardship directly impacts the organization's ability to fulfill its mission. My proficiency in financial analysis and strategic financial planning will enable Shara Foundation to effectively allocate resources, pursue growth opportunities, and ultimately make a meaningful difference in the communities we serve. I'm especially proud of Dr. Alad for taking this initiative, especially here in Grenada. In summary, I bring a wealth of experience and a deep-seated commitment to financial excellence to the role as CFO at Shara Foundation. My expertise in banking, coupled with my dedication to social impact, positions me as a dynamic leader poised with the drive to financial innovation and sustainability within the organization. Once again, thank you for this opportunity. It's an honor and a privilege. And I must say, let's build a brighter future together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Harry. And I now call on Kimron. Wait, that's me. So you might, I'm pretty sure some of you might have wondered, if he's hosting this evening's program, why did he not introduce himself before he got started? And the reason why is because I knew I had to introduce myself later on in the program. So just kill two birds with one stone. So my name is Kimron Korean, and like Raquel said, when Salisha reaches out to you and asks you anything, the only response is yes or yes. There is no, there is no, I'll think about it. It's just, okay, tell me what you need. And yeah, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be a part of the Shara Foundation. Like I said, I'm Kimron. I am Grenadian. I was born and raised in Grenada. I currently reside in Toronto, Canada. I am a communication consultant and digital marketing professional. My career started, well, just to go back a little bit, I went to the St. Andrew Anglican Secondary School, SAS. I'm a SAS boy. Those of us Grenadian on the line know how proud I am saying that. And I did my undergraduate degree in economics. I worked in banking and finance for a little bit. I did not like it. Not as passionate about it as Kerry is. So I branched away from finance and economics, and I got into the marketing, communication, and digital media space. I migrated to Toronto, did my master's degree in digital media, went on further to do a postgraduate diploma in digital business. I've been working in the digital media communication and marketing space for the last 10 to 12 years. And that's the experience and skill set I'll be bringing to the Shara Foundation as the Chief Communication Officer. I am very passionate about the development of the young people of Grenada, as I am sure everyone on tonight's launch is, or we would not have been here. So, and I'm just happy to be able to be given the opportunity to express my commitment to Grenada and to the development of young people, and especially some of the less fortunate young people of our country. Grenada is the country that has made me the person that I am today. I am the product of the support and donation of persons at all stages of my life. When I was in secondary school, I got supported through secondary school by an organization called GRENED, the Grenada Education and Development Program. And I know without them, I may not have been able to complete my secondary education. So I know the importance of organizations like the Shara Foundation and the difference that it can make in the lives of young people, because I am a product of an organization like Shara Foundation. And I just want to express my gratitude to all of you for being here, to all the founding donors of the Shara Foundation. And I know that together we will go ahead and we will do great work for the young people of Grenada. So thank you. That is who I am. Kimron Korean, and super excited to be a part of the team and super committed to Grenada and to young people and their development. And the other person I will call is, he spoke briefly earlier on, but just to give us a little bit more about himself, I will call on Mr. Ken Blesdale. You're mute.
There. I'm an old person. I'm not used to technology. I'm really appreciative of it for everybody who's involved, who is either on the board, executive team, supporting, working with the youth in Grenada, and cheering Salisha on. Thank you to all of you. My background, a little of it is on the website. I was a partner in a CPA accounting practice in Newport Beach, California for a long time. I serve right now as the vice president of tax for a large nationwide health services company. I've served on the board of some nonprofits, Habitat for Humanity, McGillivray Freeman Films, that makes some of the big screen IMAX movies you see at museums. Part of my role with the Shara Foundation is to make sure that we are compliant with the 501c3 rules in the US for charitable organizations. But I'm mostly anxious to be involved in helping the youth of Grenada and in other locations. The life worth living is the life that is served for others. That's it from me.
Thank you very much. And at this point, I also want to introduce the directors of the Shara Foundation. And I want to start with Ms. Donica Bing.
Good night, everyone. So my name is Donica Diane Bing, and for many of you on this call, I am your neighbor. So I'm from the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and I will be the Youth Advocacy Director. So a little bit about me. I am the clinical therapist and founder of Serenitas Mental Health Services, which is my private practice. Salisha and I would have met at BYU, Hawaii, many years ago, where I graduated with my degree in psychology. And then I continued my studies, earning a master's in clinical social work a few years later at Brigham Young University in Provo. Something that I really pride myself on is just living by the guided principle of being able to lift where you stand. And I really hope that I'm able to do this with Shara Foundation. Youth advocacy is helping youth to be able to see their strengths and their potential and to know who they are and to trust that they have all the strengths within them to achieve great things. I'm excited to be able to assist the youth in Grenada with their mental health needs, to be able to put the interests of the youth in the forefront and to shine a spotlight on it. I'm so excited to also be a support to the helpers that raise and nurture these youth to be their best selves. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here and to be a part of this momentous occasion with all of you. So thank you so much, Dr. Salisha, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Donica. And the next person up is Gifty. Are you here?
I am. Hi, everyone. My name is Gifty Abankwa, and I have the privilege of serving as the Education Program Director of Shara Foundation. I call it a privilege because I know how intentional Salisha is about her choices, so I really appreciate and count it a true honor to be part of this foundation. Celicia has the biggest heart, and I'm a better person because I know her. Thank you for being a part of my life for the past 16 years. You're stuck with me forever. You're not going anywhere, Celicia. Just a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Ghana, West Africa, till I was about 18, and then moved here to the US for college. So I've lived my entire life here, North America. Well, my entire adult life. Yes, in the US and Canada. I have a bachelor's in intercultural communications and a certificate in intercultural peace building from Brigham Young University, Hawaii. I also have an MBA from Utah Valley University. I currently work full-time with an education technology company called Pathful, helping K through 12 students connect with live industry professionals so they can see what they're studying in class in real life. So how do you connect slopes, for instance, to real life? Why do I have to study rise over run? I think that's what slopes is. That's how roller coaster engineers build roller coasters. So we try to build that connection so students know that what they're studying is important. I also work in various capacities with JK Folks Foundation, serving the BIPOC community here in Utah. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm very grateful to be part of Shara Foundation and to support the education program. Our first order of business is the Shares Back to School launch, which is specially designed to address specific needs of school-age children in Grenada, ensuring that they start the academic year on the right foot with confidence, with enthusiasm, and have all the supplies that they need to succeed. And we will try to achieve this goal by providing the students with school supplies, including backpacks, school uniforms, pens, notebooks, that kind of thing. Run empowerment workshops to help them build their confidence and resilience, help them unearth talents that they have, invite active community engagement by working hand in hand with educators, parents, and local community members to create positive impact and prepare these young minds for the future, a future that we hope will allow them to break barriers and open doors of opportunity for those who come after them. I'm excited to work hand in hand with all of you and to create positive change for the children and youth of Grenada. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And Priscilla?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everybody. My name is Priscilla Vloy. I was originally born in Senegal, but I'm from Togo. I moved to the US 17 years ago, and I am the program director for the health aid program for Dr. Saab. A little bit about myself. I possess a master's degree in healthcare administration, and I have over a decade of experience in healthcare. I'm currently employed by the University of Utah Health, where I work with the Chief Quality Office as the admin officer, but also do the external benchmarking for the whole hospital system. As the health ed program director, my primary focus will be on the second pillar of Shara Foundation. I will oversee the health program, ensuring that the youth receive basic healthcare services as well as essential items such as sanitary napkin and basic hygiene products. Additionally, I will be overseeing all the health development workshop for Shara Foundation. I just want to finish by saying that I'm very excited to be here, and I want to second what everybody have already said. It's very hard to say no to Celicia. So I remember when she called me, I told her, why are you calling me? Just tell me and I'll do it. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited to see where Shara's go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Christian.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me. My name is Christian Kimball Apia Knudsen. I'm originally also from West Africa, Ghana, just like Gifty is. I am based here locally in Utah with Dr. Celicia and some few other folks that are on here. It's nice to meet you, and thank you so much for finding me worthy enough to be here tonight with all of you. A little bit about me. I have my bachelor's degree in public speaking, as well as a minor in marketing. Today, I worked for a technology company called SAP. So we deal with a lot of supply and demand for all of the major industries like Ford Motors, Tesla, all of that. Our business network solutions help them to be able to make supplies.
Hey, good night.
That being said, I am going to be the youth empowerment programs manager here for this director of this board. And the main reason why I would say I'm so excited and I can hardly wait to be part of this is that, you know, they said everyone's stories are different, but his feelings are the same. I once used to be a kid who come from a three-house village back in West Africa, Ghana. I had only one dream, and that dream was to see a car. But due to the predicament that my family were in, I couldn't. And I remember one day at the age of 11 and a half, my birth mother, who has disappeared out of my life for 3 years, came back in my life and taking me to meet that dream. And that was to see a car. Unknown to me at that time, crossed the desert through Libya, or the desert there, through the Mediterranean Sea of Italy, ended up in Belgium, becoming an orphan. And I met an American family, just like how Salisha's fate met with Mr. Ken and his wife. And at the age of 18, I was able to get adopted. That was the very first time I ever had an education. The story can go on and go on and go on. But through persistent and being able to have the mindset of wanting to overcome challenges, I was able to become a very successful person. Not only that, I work as a technology salesperson, but also a real estate investor, a life insurance agency here in Utah, and also became appointed by the governor, the former governor of Utah, the state of Utah, since 2008. And since 2008, I've been able to empower the youth within high schools, college campus, including military, up to almost over 60,000 people. And it feels so amazing to see some of the people. Sometimes I'll be working at the gym or working outside and people recognize me from afar and come and thank me for sharing my message of overcoming. And me being a part of this board, my goal is being able to help, work with some of these youth and help them to think outside of the box, looking at their stories and figuring out what they can make out of that story, just like what Dr. Salisha was able to overcome. And that could be a stepping stone. And I'm hoping to be able to share some of my stories and also some of the programs that I embarked myself with when I wanted to do some self-development and see how I can make an impact in this youth. And it's such an honor to meet all of you. Thank you so much for this evening.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Christian. And I now call on Kenny.
Good night, everyone. My name is Kenny Noel. I'm going to be the photography director. I'm from Grenada. I was born and raised in Grenada. I'm from Penmata. I went to school in St. George's, Happy Hill Secondary School, and then I went on to T.A. Marshall Community College. Eventually migrated to the US, where I got a degree in graphic design, and I picked up photography as a hobby. I hope to use this skill to bring to light the struggles and the triumphs of the resilient Grenadian youth. I currently work in IT and media integration at Utah Valley University, also further in my education in cybersecurity and information assurance. And I hope to bring all these skills to benefit this foundation. I know firsthand how a little help can help the Grenadians and the youth to change their outlook and their aspirations. And I'm just happy to be here, happy to be a part of this foundation. And everybody knows Salisha, it's very hard to see no there. So I promise I'll take the time out from my education and from my job to help as much as I can. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kenny. And Jane.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jane Kwanzaa. Just like Gifty and Christian, I grew up in Ghana. I moved here when I was 19. I went to BYU, and I majored in communications with an emphasis in public relations. As a public relations professional, I have been dedicated and I have a passion for making a tangible difference in the communities. With my background in public relations, I also understand how the strategic communication process builds mutually beneficial relationships between organizations and their audiences. Part of my career has also been focused on media relations, crisis communication, and community engagement. In the capacity of Shara Foundation, I'm going to be the engagement and outreach director, and I'm very excited to be in this role. I plan to focus on outreach programs that will carve a path to mark meaningful engagement and impactful initiatives. I've never been to Grenada, but hearing the children talk about how excited they are that Shara Foundation is starting up, I'm just super excited to make, a small mark in my own way to contribute to bettering the lives of these children. Salisha, thank you for putting this together, and I'm excited to work with all of you.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you, Jane, and thank you, everyone. Jane, next thing we have to do is get you over to Grenada. And all those of you who have never been to Grenada, next stop for Shara Foundation is a group trip for Grenada. Let's make it happen. So thank you, everyone, for introducing yourselves. And one of the key themes that came through everyone's introduction is when Salisha reaches out to you, you don't say no. The response is yes or yes. And as a result of that, I'm going to bring her right back so she can talk about the trajectory of the Shara Foundation.
Okay, well, as I am very glad that you guys were introduced to my wonderful team, both to the executives and the directors. They are going to be doing the day-to-day, like we're going to be working together on all the day-to-day. We do have an extraordinary team of advisory members. I have a US board advisory team. There's a Grenada board advisory team, and also the board of directors. We are not able to have all of them introduce themselves tonight, but we will have a next event where you can get to have some time to talk with our distinguished advisors and board members. So for right now, I wanted to take some time to provide a little a little background or a little output as to what the Shara Foundation is up to. Oops, sorry, let me make sure my thing is going. Great. So just a little bit about us. Shara Foundation is a US-based 501c3 nonprofit. We are dedicated to empowering lives, and we have a special focus as of right now on the youth from Grenada who live within disadvantaged communities. Now, our guiding principle is that every child deserves love and an opportunity to shine. And that is a direct quote from our matriarch, Shara Blaisdell. Now, one of the unique things about Shara Foundation is that our team is actually comprised of 27 members in total. That includes our advisory board members in the US, our advisory board members in Grenada, and board of directors, as well as directors and our executive team. Now, out of the 27 members, 14 of these members are Grenadians, and 6 of these members are actually physically based in Grenada. The 14 who are not, the 8 who are not in Grenada, they are spread across various states in the US and Canada. So just a little bit about our vision. We envision a world where every youth, regardless of their circumstances, has the opportunity to shine. So our mission, as I shared earlier, is really to empower the lives and alleviate poverty. And right now we have a very special focus on youth from disadvantaged communities in Grenada. Now, how do we go about doing that? We are on a mission to do that with 3 pillars. We have education, health, and youth empowerment. We believe education is the key to breaking the cycle of poverty. When it comes to health, we are going to be working to ensure that youth have access to essential health services so that that way it would help to promote overall health and well-being. When it comes to youth empowerment, we are on a mission to empower young minds to overcome challenges and become resilient agent of change. Now, just so that you know what we're currently involved in. So for education pillar, our programming for this year is the Shares Back to School Supply launch. And we are supporting 2 secondary schools who are currently located in the city area in St. George's, Grenada. That's for this year. In terms of the health program, we are going to be supporting 3 of the homes. We currently have partnerships with 2 of them, and we do have their directors here with us tonight. And those names are those homes or orphanages. They're called the Queen Elizabeth Home for Children and the Bel Air Home for Children and Adolescents. In terms of youth empowerment, Shara Foundation is sponsoring one of the secondary school 3 graduation awards for this year commencement. We are also working to support the inaugural STEAM program, which is being spearheaded by the ECG, which is called Education Collective Grenada. That is run or led by Dr. Caroline Henry Parker, who is also on the call here with us. So Shara Foundation will be sponsoring a portion of this inaugural program. We would also be hosting some online workshops to support the positive development of youth. Now, let us take a look at our 2025-2030 strategic plan. And first, I'm going to go over some of our education plan. So for education, we definitely believe education is the most powerful weapon which can be used to change the world. We have 2 sections in which we're focusing on education. One is academia and the other is professional development. For academia, we are going to be supporting students, individuals from Grenada who has interest in pursuing a college degree. We would support them in getting enrolled in a degree program. They would come in here as an international student. Now, that is a very tricky process. However, one member on the board of directors, soon to be Dr. Lee Laurie, she is a phenomenal DSO who has the expertise in supporting international students in terms of the immigration process. So we'll be relying on her expertise in terms of supporting students to come to the US as an international student to complete their degree program, get a 1 or 2 years option to get some practical training, and they must return to Grenada. Now, the reason why we are supporting students coming here, it's because Grenada currently has 1 community college and 1 university. And there is a high need for specialized skills that is perhaps not offered at those institutions. So we want to give students that opportunity to come here, learn, but they must return home. Now that is for our 2025-2030 strategic plan. So everything has not been finalized yet, but this is what we're working towards. In terms of professional development, as you know, my doctorate was in organizational leadership. So I am very passionate about leadership development. And sometimes the direction in which an individual have to go may not be a 4-year degree or so forth. Perhaps it might be a specialized certificate. Perhaps they already have a degree and they need some opportunity to have apprenticeship. So we will be providing an opportunity for that path. That will be the second pathway for education, where individuals can come to the US for leadership development training, a certificate or an internship or something similar, and then going back home to Grenada. For example, In the general hospital, you would often hear that maybe the X-ray machine is broken down. So the goal is to be able to bring individuals who have that interest and that ability to learn how to use like radiation technology or like printers to understand how to use those machines so that when it's broken down, it's not broken down for months because there isn't somebody who knows how to do it. So that is where the professional track is. It's not like a degree program, it's like a specialized certificate or so on. Now, so our goals for the education plan, our goals is to increase high school graduation rate by 10% in 5 years. We are, as you heard the senator talk about, we have individuals dropping out of high school by Form 3, Form 4. You know, we want to help support schools with increasing high school graduation. We want to increase college enrollment and completion rates by at least 20% in the next decade. We are going to be working towards that. We definitely want to increase vocational training and employment with the strategic aim of reducing the current poverty rate by 5% in a decade. Now, the current youth poverty rate of Grenada is a whooping 51%. Now, that is pretty high, and that is the latest statistics as put out. So we are really trying to reduce that to ensure that young children ages 0 to 24 who are considered youth are not living in poverty and have that opportunity to be the best they can be. So as you can see, our target audience are youth living within disadvantaged communities in Grenada, and that includes the residents of homes, as well as students attending academically and financially disadvantaged schools on the island. Now for our empowerment, strategic plan, I will love to invite my mini-me to come take this part.
Hello everyone, I am Kaylin Ray. I am the young owner of Friends of Ray. Friends of Ray is a safe haven for children in Grenada. The age group will be from 0 to 25. When I am older, I want to be a traveling pediatrician. I want to help kids all over the world, including Grenada. Thank you.
Okay, so as you heard from my daughter, Kaylin Ray Noel, she so one of our empowerment opportunities is Friends of Ray. And if you know me very well, you would know that I have always talked about opening an orphanage in Grenada, having a home in Grenada. And I am definitely honored to have named that orphanage in honor of Kaylin. And we are going to work on, and that is for our strategic plan 2025 to 2030. This home is gonna support youth between 0 to 25. And the reason being, it's that sometimes when the youth age out of the home, maybe perhaps between the age of 18 or 20, when they age out, they do not have a strong support system. So we are going to be working on trying to ensure that we support the transition period between aging out of the home and what's next. And that is where the Ken D. Blaisdell Center comes in. So this vocational center is going to provide education and skill development for individuals, especially the youth who are from disadvantaged communities, and especially those who have resided in the home, so that they have an opportunity to learn a skill and they can go straight into work, as opposed to what is happening quite frequently is that when the kids age out from the home, they kind of just go through that from the home to the prison, because they engage in activities that they don't necessarily want to, but because of their challenges, they don't have the support and the resources that they need. So they encounter many problematic behaviors that actually kind of puts them to the prison or so forth. So for Ken D. Blaisdell Center, it is named after Ken Blaisdell, whom you've heard of earlier today. It is going to be located in Grenada, similarly to Friends of Ray. as for the location, that needs to be determined. So for our goals for the youth empowerment, we are on a mission to increase youth leadership and community engagement by 20%. By fiscal year 2028. We want to provide over 1,000 hours of evidence-based resilience training, team building, personal advocacy, and other empowerment opportunities by the fiscal year 2030. We are focused on improving overall health and well-being by reducing malnutrition, substance abuse, including alcohol and mental health illnesses by 20% within the next 5 years in terms of the 2025-2030. So again, our target audience are the youth living within disadvantaged communities, including the residents of homes and students attending academically and financially disadvantaged school. At this time, I would like to turn the time over to the other Salisha, whom you haven't met, and she's going to talk about our strategic plan for 2025 in terms of health.
Good night, everyone. My name is Salisha Marisha Batson. I am originally from the country of Grenada, from the parish of St. David's, from the village of Apwitut. I am a former student of the St. David's Catholic Secondary School, a former athlete. I currently reside in the United States. I have a master's in public health and a master's in public administration. I am currently pursuing a PhD in public health. I currently work at one of the top 10 research universities in the US, and that is Vanderbilt University Medical Center. My current role is a public health population manager. I have over 10 years of extensive background in clinical research, epidemiology, global health, policy development, and management. My current research includes pharmacogenetic testing, genomics, diabetes, maternal health, and HIV and AIDS. And our focus for HIV and AIDS is in global health through the country of Nigeria. So in conjunction with Shara Foundation, these are the things that we hope to accomplish through the health initiative. The medical supply assistance programs aim to bridge the gap in healthcare provision by providing essential medical resources to under-equipped health facilities in Grenada. And if you're familiar with the healthcare system in Grenada, you know that there are not advancements in technology to pursue health services for the Grenadian people. So what we're hoping to do is source needed medical equipment and supplies so we can provide to Grenada. And secondly, to source grant fundings for medical equipment that can be provided to Grenada. The projected outcomes for this project is to enhance the capacity of local health services to deliver effective care, and ultimately to reduce health disparities and access to healthcare services in Grenada. Our second project will include a healthcare resources support project. The purpose of this project is to enhance healthcare accessibility and quality in Grenada by addressing critical shortage in medical services and infrastructure. And that program will feature the development of medical resources, training of healthcare personnel, and establishment of community health and program. So what we hope to accomplish with that, for example, Grenadian doctors or individuals in the healthcare field, they can seek, what we're trying to do is allocate additional training for them here in the US so they can go back to Grenada. Our action plan is to collaborate with healthcare professionals here in the US to provide mentorship, to to partner with Grenadians. As we know, Grenada has a large community out here in the diaspora. So what we want to do, we want to pull together all these resources, doctors, nurses, who can provide services and help our fellow Grenadians. And that way we can help bridge the gap in providing healthcare. And some of these include mental health services, providing counseling and therapies, diagnostic and consultation. And you may ask, how are we going to do that with doctors in Grenada and doctors here? Well, we now live in a world of technology, and the advancements in technology can bridge that gap. Our other health initiatives are a monthly blood donation program. And oftentimes we have seen, and I know some of you have seen, the cry from family members asking individuals to go and donate blood because someone in the hospital is in need of blood or the blood supply is short. So what we want to do is to provide a constant supply of blood. So what we're hoping to do, instead of a one-time or two-time donation, we want to have a monthly blood donation. So that way the hospital and other healthcare facilities can have adequate supply of blood. Because we do know blood is critical to saving lives and treating individuals in, for example, critical conditions. What we also hope to accomplish is the digitalization of medical records. Oftentimes you go see a doctor and then you go see another doctor, and that previous doctor, the new doctor does not have your medical record or history, and it's oftentimes provide difficulty in providing care. You may be allergic to a certain type of medication or have certain medical history, and the new doctor does not have access to that medical record and cannot provide efficient care. So we hope to digitalize the medical records, and we'll be looking for grant funding to provide support in that area. And lastly, in-house visiting with healthcare professionals in order to provide care to children in the homes and schools and to provide care to disadvantaged communities. And these are our outcome goals for health. Is to increase population access to primary care by 20% in the next 5 years via innovative scheduling and telemedicine. To reduce supply disparities by 10% in 5 years via equitable distribution of medical resources. And lastly, to decrease anxiety and depression symptoms by 25% in the next 5 years through expanded medical health services, community support, and stigma reduction.
Thank you, Celicia. So this slide here is just showing our contact information. You are welcome to contact us via email or our website, which is on here, and that information will also be placed in the chat. Now, thank you so very much for your time, and then I'll turn it over to the host.
Thank you very much, Celicia and Celicia, for just giving us a bit of the trajectory of the Shara Foundation, and just speaking to us about what the plans are, what are some of the goals, and the strategic initiatives and directive for Shara Foundation 2025 to 2030. Now, in order to achieve everything that both Celicia just spoke about, we need to know exactly how we're going to do it, and how can we achieve the mission of the different of this nonprofit organization of Shara Foundation. And to talk to us a little bit about achieving nonprofit mission, I invite Ms. Gloria Mensah to talk to us.
Hi, everyone. My name is Gloria Mensah. I am the Executive Director of GK Folks Foundation. And GK Folks Foundation is a nonprofit organization that provides mental health, educational, and entrepreneurship resources to African immigrants and refugees. I know Celicia from many, many years ago. I feel old whenever I talk about this, but it just lets us understand how much I've been involved in, or how much Celicia has been involved in my life. I came to the US in 2018. 2008. Oh my goodness. Okay. I came to the US in 2008 and I went straight to school in BYU, Hawaii. And Celicia was one of the first person I met. And she was very welcoming and she just made me feel right at home, not only as a friend, but also as a tutor. She was the one that helped me pass my English classes in BYU, Hawaii. She literally had to read my English books to me just because I was struggling and I just didn't understand the American system of doing anything at all. So I really give it to Celicia for helping me pass my school and helping me graduate from BYU Hawaii, or just be successful in BYU Hawaii. So thank you so much, Celicia. Also for GK Folks Foundation, Celicia has been a cornerstone in GK Folks Foundation. She's been there from day one. She helped restructure the whole foundation from just where it was till now. And I just want to say thank you so much. So I have no doubt that Shara Foundation would be very structured because Celicia definitely knows what she's doing. All right, well, for today, I'm going to be talking about how we can achieve our goals as nonprofits. And I'm going to be sharing my screen here. I did ask Celicia if it was okay to share a slide, and she said it was. So bear with me here as I get that all set up. All right. So best practices for achieving a nonprofit mission. Most of it I've already seen Celicia already accomplishing it. So I wouldn't even want to stress about it. The first thing, or the three things I would want to focus on, is strategic planning, effective leadership, and community development or community engagement. So when we talk about strategic planning, Celicia definitely understands the benefit of this. And she has done a great job in showing us what the mission and vision of Shara Foundation is. So I have no doubt that this foundation is going to be very, very successful when it comes to just knowing what to focus on. And then when we talk about strategic goals, it means just setting achievable and reliable goals that would definitely be accomplished. And I know that Celicia has done that with her team. And when it comes to operational plan, with the expertise of everybody that is on this call today and everybody that Celicia has put on her team, I definitely know that the plan is going to be very detailed. I tease her all the time that everything she writes is PhD level, and it definitely is PhD level when it comes to strategic goals, plans, and mission. So good job on that, Celicia. I have no doubt that this is going to be successful because you've done it for GK Folks Foundation and we are successful. So I have no doubt that you will be successful with Shara Foundation. The next thing I also wanted to talk about with regards to effective leadership is just resources. You're going to be getting a lot of donation funding, a lot of things coming your way financially. I'm so glad that Dad is an accountant and will keep track of the books, and you have the perfect person to help you manage all your finances and make sure it's stable. That is one thing that nonprofits lack because they can't afford to have somebody do that for them, but you do have it, and I have no doubt that you will be successful when it comes to keeping your finances very stable. Then when it comes to using resources, I just would emphasize that you spend where is needed and also maximize the impact of your spending. Also with capacity building, invest in your staff or your team, because they are the ones doing the work, they are the ones doing the day-to-day. So just investing in them, in their development, and making sure that they have exactly what they need to be successful would definitely help Shara Foundation be where it's supposed to be. Moving on, strong leaders, which you already have, effective board of directors, which you already have, and also maintaining transparency and accountability. That for sure is huge. Everybody has to be in the know. Everybody has to know what's going on. Keep everybody in the know. It's important because that helps everybody achieve the goal and work towards making the goal of the foundation successful. Now, program evaluation and management. So basically aligning your programs with its mission goals would make it very, very successful. Monitoring and evaluating. That I know, Celicia, you do a lot. Just making sure you're getting feedback from people and you're implementing those feedback, which definitely would help structure your program. I know you did an extensive research in seeing what is needed in Grenada, but just always be open to making changes based on feedback you're getting would help your programs be very successful. Now, the last topic I was going to touch on is community engagement. So just engaging your stakeholders, your board of directors, everybody in the planning and decision-making process. So everybody feels welcomed and everybody feels listened to. That would definitely help you be successful. Developing partnership and collaborations. I'm sure there are nonprofits already working on the ground in Grenada. Partnering with them to have your goals accomplished would be very successful instead of going to reinvent the wheel. You can definitely go far and fast with collaboration. So I would strongly advise and encourage that you do that. With regards to advocacy and outreach, you were the development director for GK Folks, and you did a wonderful job in just making sure that GK Folks was known in the community. So I have no doubt that you would do a great job in making Shara Foundation be very established and known in Grenada. Other things you definitely want to consider is technology and innovation. So just try to be up to speed with technology, try to get new things to make your foundation successful. My husband, Freebody, always says that if you have a problem, there is a technology that can fix it. So always have that behind your thinking, and it will help you grow and be very innovative in what you do. Branding is also key. Shara Foundation is definitely something that needs to be branded and the message passed across specifically to its targeted audience. So I'll definitely want you to consider that. Just lastly, I want to mention legal and ethical compliance. You definitely need HR and people who would help you make sure that you're legally and you're complying to all the legal rules and regulations of nonprofits. And then ethical standards as well. There are times where you have to make decisions based on whether this is ethical or this is the right thing to do. And I trust that you have all the advice provided to you to be able to make that decision. And above all, to be successful and achieve your goal as a nonprofit, just surround yourself with people who have the same passion as you do. When you keep working hard on something that you do not like, it's called stress. But when you work hard on something you love, it's called passion. So with that being said, I just want to say, Celicia, I know you're passionate about Shara Foundation. Surround yourself with people who are the same, and you'll be successful. And it looks like almost everybody on this call is just like you, Celicia. And I'm so excited you have this whole village supporting you, and you will do great. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your words on achieving nonprofit mission. That was Gloria Mensah. And as we speak about achieving nonprofit mission, and how then the next question that we have to ask ourselves is, then how do we cultivate the lasting impact of the organization? So to talk about cultivating lasting impact, I want to invite Mr. Brian Accord to speak to us.
Well, thank you so much. It's awesome to be here. I mean, Celicia, the day is finally here. I know it's only a beginning, but congratulations, you did this. And you've surrounded yourself by some amazing, incredible, very talented people. And I'm just so excited with what you've done so far and what you're going to do with this. This is going to be a very powerful influence in the world. And look what you did. You did this. So congratulations. I just very quickly, I've known Celicia for only about 2.5 years. But in that short time, I've been able to work with her on probably a half dozen or more projects and still work with her on several. Like many of you, I've been enchanted by her infectious smile and her loving heart. Her insight and intelligence raises the conversation on every project and every room that she's in. I work with about 100 or so startups a year and have been very impressed with her hard work and determination. She sees past every problem and to a solution and never gives up. And that's important not only in life, but also in leading startups successfully. The combination of her wisdom and compassion and determination definitely puts her in rarefied air for any organization. But the thing that's always stood out to me is her ability to work through the problems presented while maintaining that vision and the importance of the all-important why of the organization. It's very easy as an entrepreneur to get stuck in a never-ending series of problems and to get pulled down by that and sidetracked by that. Celicia's deep-seated lifelong goal of improving the lives and educational opportunities of the youth in Grenada has always been in the forefront of her mind. And she has never forgotten that vision, and that vision carries over to everyone that meets her, to everyone that's on this call. So impressed with all you've done so far, Celicia, by finally launching this and having such an amazing kickoff. I'm excited to support the organization in any way I can moving forward. And congratulations and all my best. You deserve nothing but the best for all your efforts.
And thank you very much, Mr. Brian Accord. Thank you for your kind words. And thank you again to everyone who is here on this launch with us. As we start gearing down a little bit, I wish to invite Dr. Grace just to say a few words to us. Dr. Grace?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go right ahead.
Okay. I met Celicia about 3 years ago through my daughter, her friend, Mrs. Gloria Mensah. What actually attracted me to Celicia was her humility and respect. She is completely humble and selfless in her services to people. And Celicia, whenever you talk to her, you will feel the pain and the passion she has for the less privileged and the downtrodden children in Grenada. Having been an honorable minister of youth from my original country, Nigeria, I felt she is somebody that one can come all out to help, to make the life beautiful for these children that she has so much love and passion for. Actually, when you talk to Celicia, you will admire her love, her passion, her determination to help these less privileged and downtrodden children in Grenada. Celicia, I join you to rejoice that today God has made it possible for you to establish this foundation that will make you to fulfill the dream of your life. And I pray that God will help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Grace, for those words. I just at this point, again, we just want to say thank you to everyone who who's on the call with us. Like I said, we had Senator the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, who is the current Minister of Youth and Sports in Grenada. We had education consultants. We had faculty members from St. John's University. We had faculty members from the Tia Maricho Community College, principal, teachers. We had students, the directors of the managers of the Bel Air Home and the Queen Elizabeth Home for Children, professionals across various fields, media representatives, community members, youth, adults, friends and family, who's all on here supporting the Shara Foundation and supporting Dr. Salisha Alad Blesdell. Thank you for being here. I just want to make a call to those of us on to support the Shara Foundation in any way you can. You can visit our website, and the website would have been posted in the chat, but you can also see it on the screen right now. So sharafoundation.org. You can visit the sharafoundation.org to see the great work that's being done, that's about to happen. And when you go, you can donate to the Shara Foundation. So you will see there is a donate button right on the top right-hand side of the screen. You can go, you can donate as big or as small as you want to. Additionally, if you scroll to the bottom of the page, scroll to the bottom of the page, you will see a little Amazon icon here. You can all see my screen, right?
Yes.
Right. So you can see that little Amazon icon, the Amazon button here. You can click on it. I'm not gonna click on it right now, but it is the Amazon gift basket gift request to support some of the homes in Grenada. So if you want to, if you don't want to click donate here as yet, you can certainly go and click on to help purchase some of the items that are being requested by some of the homes in Grenada through this Amazon. You know what? I'll just click on it. All right. So the Queen Elizabeth Home for Children and the Bel Air Home for Children and Adolescents. So these are some of the items that they are currently in need of. So you can just click on the link, like I said, and purchase any one of those items, and the Shara Foundation will have them shipped over to Grenada. So again, sharafoundation.org, sharafoundation.org, and you can scroll to the bottom of the page to support the homes in Grenada. So again, don't forget, visit the website, donate to the Shara Foundation. If you want to speak to Salisha, you can reach out. If you want to speak to any member of the team, you can reach out to us. We'll be happy to give you more information about how you can contribute, how you can volunteer with the Shara Foundation, how you can be a part of this very exciting work that we are going to be doing with the Shara Foundation. So thank you, everyone. I will stop sharing my screen now. And just before we wrap up, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask to Dr. Salisha or anybody on the team? If you want to ask any question, you can unmute yourself and ask a question. I know if there were any questions in the chat, I know the team is in the chat engaging and so, but if anybody feel they want to come on and ask a question, this is your time. This is your time to do so.
Imran, thank you for opening it up for this. And this might be a question for you, perhaps for Celicia or someone else on the board. I'm going to presume that given the initiatives that you've identified, you've prepared a budget for these, and you know what your budget shortfall might be to help us have a better understanding of the dynamics or significance of the amount you need to raise. Can you share that with us?
Yes, thank you so much for your question. So on the website, we do have a budget breakdown for the 3 programming that we have. So for our first year, we are estimating a total of $40,000 for both the back to school launch, operational cost, as well as the Dr. SAP Health Aid program. So in just to clarify a little bit about the Amazon wish list. The Amazon wish list is, in fact, for the 2 homes that we're currently in partnership with. When you purchase the item on Amazon, it's shipped directly to New York, not to Utah, because it's very hard to ship something from Utah to Grenada. It goes straight to New York, and then we as a team will be packing it from New York and shipping it to Grenada. We have already been in communications with Grenada Port Authority to ensure that we're not having to pay a huge amount in terms of clearing the items off the port. We are aware of the process and working with the department that is going to help us to ensure that everything goes well. We also know that if we ship it directly to the homes, which is our plans, the homes also receives concessions, so they are not charged for those items in terms of clearing it from the port. But just to answer your question, for our first year programming, we are looking at a budget of about $40,000 to cover, and that does not include any form of payment to any of the members of the Shara Foundation. It is just for the programming and the operational cost in terms of paying for shipping from New York to Grenada, which is just about $80 or so per barrel. If we ship about a container that holds about 2 barrels, it's going to be about $300, $385 or so. So we just need the cost for shipping and airfare perhaps, but no payments for any of the members on the Shara Foundation team. I just also wanted to share that I am currently in partnership with three other countries. It's St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and Shara Foundation from Grenada. We're currently working on a grant to support initiatives in the Caribbean. If we do find, if we are awarded that grant, which is our goal, some of those funding would go towards our programming, perhaps for next year or later on this year. The portion that comes to Grenada for the island of Grenada would be coming to that. So I also wanted to share that.
Thank you, Celicia. That was excellent.
Do we have any more questions? Anybody else wish to ask a question? Okay, so if we don't have any more questions, I would just want to bring back again the founder of Shara Foundation, Dr. Celicia Alad Blaisdell, just to give some thank yous to all of you for being here. So Celicia, the floor is yours as we close off.
Thank you so much, Kimran. At this time, I definitely want to express my deepest gratitude to each of you who are here supporting this initiative, and a huge, huge thank you to our founding donors. Now, if you go to our website, you will be able to see the list of founding donors, which includes both individuals and corporations. So please go take a look at them. If you are so inclined to, you can even follow the websites of those corporate donors, because if you click on their logos, you will be able to go to their organization. So support them if you need to, but also just just join with me in expressing my deepest gratitude to our founding donors. I am extremely excited, very excited for this opportunity. This has been my lifelong dream. As I shared earlier, I grew up in poverty, and I know that education has the power to change your life. Education and a strong support system. And as you've seen, I have such a very strong team and a strong support group, each of you being here. And I definitely want to express my deepest gratitude to each of you for being here, and I definitely looking forward to collaborating in the future.
Thank you very much, Celicia. And as Celicia mentioned, again, a special thank you to all the founding donors. If you look on the screen, you can see who the founding donors are. So Marianne McKnight, Brian Accord, Ken Blesdell, Shara Blesdell, Debbie Lynn, Steve Anderson, Kenny Noel, Raquel Forbes, Andre Tyson. These are some of the founding individual donors. Special shout out also to the founding corporate donors, Better Option Consulting International, BN Production, Jellyfish Flow, Jodex Digital Agency, Just Cool Photos, KB Business Services LLC, Kirk's Welding, Strassend, GK Folks Foundation, and Sign Media. So thank you to all the founding individual donors and the corporate donors. So, and just thank you to everyone for being here. And I know in some places it's a bit late. I guess in some places it might not be so late. Nevertheless, you stayed on to the end, and that says a lot. It says that you do have a passion for the work that Shara Foundation is about to embark on. So thank you all for being here. And I again visit our website, and I hope to see every one of you engaging in some capacity, in some way, shape, or form with the Shara Foundation in the coming months and years. So
Hi,
the Shara
Kimran. Before we leave, can we have someone answer this question? There was a question in the chat. Cobb wanted to know if the organization is registered in Grenada and what will help with administration and import duties in Grenada.
Thank you. That's a great question. So currently, Shara Foundation is not currently registered in Grenada. We are going to look into an option of registering a subsidiary. In terms of the cost of like importing goods, there is a process which the chief operating officer and I are going to be undertaking within the next week or so. There's a process about 3 weeks long that we have to take in order to prepare for a shipment to arrive in the port, so that we can get it cleared without having to pay or paying very small fees. So I am not 100% sure if the registering of the organization in Grenada is going to eliminate the fees. We are going to be looking into that, perhaps looking into registering an affiliate or subsidiary of it. But in terms of reducing cost of imports, we both the operating officer, Raquel Forbes, and I are going to be doing the process. It's about a 3 weeks long process that we need to undertake, and we'll be starting that very shortly.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Celicia. Was there any other question in the chat that we missed?
No, that was it. Thank you, Kimran. You can go ahead and wrap up.
Okay, great. So again, thank you everyone. And I really hope to see each and every one of us who's on the call here engaging in some capacity with the Shara Foundation in the coming weeks and months and years to come. And I guess what's left to say is the Shara Foundation is officially launched. Thank you. Come on, I'll mute your mic and let's get a yay.
Yay!
Awesome.
Yay!
Awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
Awesome, Felicia. Awesome, Felicia. You're blessed. You're blessed.
Yay, congratulations,
You're
Salisha.
blessed. You're blessed, Salisha.
Now I'm looking forward to meet all of you in Grenada.
Oh,
Yes, definitely.
Yes, 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 yes.
You are so blessed.
Thank you, Dr. Bishop.
God bless you tremendously. I'm inspired.
You inspire me.
Thank
I'm
you.
trying to follow in your footsteps to be as remarkable as you are.
Thank you. You are solid.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you as well.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Congratulations, Alicia, and all the best.
Thank you
And
so much.
I hope everything work out
Thank
for you.
Yeah.
And it's nice that you got the help a lot of years ago, and you're now returning it back to Grenada. So we are grateful to you. And from on my end, I know there is a lot of young people, especially from the same village you come from, that is so in need of the assistance, especially going to school. So I say congratulations to you once again, and all the best, my dear.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to you, Sally. I love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too, Rachel.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I don't even know what to say again, Sally.
Oh, I am happy too. I love you, and I couldn't have done it without you.
I know. Thank you. You're welcome.